Don't you miss the sweet slumbers you fell into as a child? Neend app helps you recreate that magic with well-crafted exclusive sleep stories, guided meditations, and calming music to lull you into the restful sleep you need. Our offerings are all ad-free, approved by experts, and have helped more than 90% of our listeners fall asleep as quick as within 15 minutes after tuning into our app. Download the app for more sleeping aids and subscribe to the channel. The world of dreams is always a magical and calming getaway from the hustle and bustle of daily life. As a child, we never knew what limitations were and had some pretty interesting dreams. What if those dreams were stored inside a crypt? Hi, I am Ankita, and today we travel to the world of dreams in a story written by Sarah Finn. Before we begin, make yourself comfortable in your favorite position for falling asleep. Switch off all lights and close your eyes. Take a slow, full, deep breath and let go. It's time to set the world aside. Let go of your day and begin your gentle transition into sleep. Take another slow, full, deep breath and breathe out any tension in your body. All there is to do now is relax, rest, and be restored. You are in bed now, feeling your body relax from the day. Beginning with your feet, allow all the tension to go out of them now. They have worked hard for you all day and deserve a rest. And so, the relaxation in your feet begins to find its way into your ankles, your calves, and your knees. And now, relax your upper legs, your hips, and feel this relaxation flowing up into your abdomen and lower back, and your upper back and chest, and feel this peaceful, relaxing feeling flowing down your arms, into your hands, and out your fingertips, and then up into your neck, head, and face. Now your whole body is perfectly calm, relaxed, and ready for sleep. Soon you'll be sound asleep, off on a peaceful journey into dreamland that will carry you all the way through until morning. So, as you continue to listen to the story, begin to follow your breath, relax your entire body, and settle in for a wonderful sleep experience. The warmth of the coffee and its bitter taste this chilly winter morning gives you company while you sit on the bench outside the cafe, watching time pass by. The streets are empty for people who are either out on holiday or are too busy preparing for Christmas or the New Year. You stand up, looking around, when you notice an antique store, one that you could have sworn wasn't there yesterday, catch your attention. Intrigued, you quickly finish your coffee and decide to stop for a bit at the odd-looking store. You stand outside the antique store, looking at the large vintage welcome sign that beckons you to enter. You stand outside the antique store, looking at the large vintage welcome sign that beckons you to enter. From outside, the store looks a lot like a library, with large, foggy windows and a giant door made of oak wood. You gently push the door and are immediately greeted by the chime of birds singing, which alerts the store manager of your arrival. "Come in," a voice chirpily yells from inside the store. You step in and look around, realizing instantly that you are the only one there. Every corner you look at is jam-packed with furniture, statues, and antiques. The walls aren't spared either, for they are covered in oil paintings and grandfather clocks whose ticking sounds musical. Lamps and hanging lights dangle low from the ceiling, right above your head, giving the whole store a strong yellow glow. The floor appears to be painted wood and gently creaks every time you took a step forward, and the air smells strongly of old paint and floral incense sticks. You make your way across the narrow aisles, heading over to the counter to talk to the store manager about all the oddities that are hidden within the four walls of his store. The man behind the counter is a friendly old man with thick, wiry eyebrows and dark, wire-rimmed glasses. He looks at you and greets you with a warm smile, handing you a small, crinkled piece of paper that you realize is his business card. "What can I get for you?" he asks chirpily. "Just browsing," you reply, letting your eyes wander across the shelves, examining the store with its many oddities. "I think I have got something you like," he says, picking up an oddly shaped cane. He stands up and begins to walk towards a small shelf right beside a grandfather clock. He picks up what appears to be a kaleidoscope and hands it to you.
The small device is cool to touch and glistens like a prism, reflecting the colors of the rainbow. "This is a kaleidoscope of dreams," he whispers, lifting his glasses to his head and looking at you with his small amber eyes. You pick up the device, running your fingers on its courier, examining it. "Have it for free," he says. "Doesn't it feel nostalgic? Have it for free," he says. It indeed looks a lot like the ones you used to make back when you were a child, and the memory makes you smile. "Thank you," you tell the old storekeeper. "I'm sure I'll treasure this." You let yourself wander around the store for a bit more before bidding the old man goodbye. It was quite dark outside, for it was almost 7:30. You notice then, in that darkness, the kaleidoscope emitted an intense rainbow glow. The soft light magically encircles around you, and you quickly rush to your apartment, intrigued to know more about the magic the device held within its mirrored walls. You pick up the kaleidoscope, squint your eyes, peer into the diamond-crested opening, and gently turn the device to different curated fractals. Sure enough, the pattern shifts into a completely new and unique one with each turn. You continue turning the device until you complete an entire circle and feel a sudden sense of warmth. The pattern is made of amber and sandstones and emits a strong red glow that slowly creeps its way outside the device and begins to surround you. You feel the heat radiate from the light as it slowly carries you into an alternate dimension. You stare at your surroundings and realize that you are inside what appears to be a crystal palace. It takes you a few seconds to learn where you are, and you have a feeling that somehow you are now inside the kaleidoscope. You walk around, taking in the unfamiliar surroundings. It is bright and sunny here, and the pillars appear to emit a soft glow. You continue walking until you notice a figure about the size of a bird gently fly to you. "Hey there," the odd-looking bird says. "Welcome to the kaleidoscope of dreams." You watch as the bird flutters its shimmery wings and sits down on a large boulder besides a window. You follow it and stand admiring the view outside. You know what's magical about a kaleidoscope? It questions while you shake your head in reply. Every turn results in a new pattern. 24 pieces of glass or gems could make over 1,000 different combinations. The bird continues to explain. It's a lot like your dreams, it said, taking flight towards a red-colored door. Every color here represents a dream you had at some point in your childhood. Every time you have a new dream, a new pattern is formed. This palace holds your dreams together. Feel free to explore. The bird quickly flies away, leaving you behind in the strange but intriguing crystal palace. You decide to listen to the bird and slowly push the red door. A beautifully carved marble slab adorned with rubies and sandstones. You take a deep breath and step inside, letting yourself float along with the wind. I am flying. A familiar voice says as you try to make sense of your surroundings. You recognize the figures as a childhood version of you, standing on a chair placed on top of a table with a red bed sheet tied to its shoulder. Get down, the familiar voice of your mother yells in concern. You will fail. But the child paid no heed to his mother's words, for he was too lost pretending to be a superhero. You continue to watch for a bit and notice your younger sister run in, cheering you on, calling you a hero. The cheering motivates the child you to jump off the chair, landing awkwardly on Mum's carefully folded and neatly ironed pile of clothes. The young girl begins to laugh in amusement, while the so-called hero frantically begins to pick up all the fallen clothes, awkwardly folding them in hopes that mother would not find out. This memory always left you smiling. Silently, you slip away behind the door and make your way back to the Crystal Palace. You continue walking and finally decide to visit the green door. The door is larger than the rest of the cupboard. The door is larger than the rest and is covered in emeralds. The door feels warm to the touch, which intrigues you, so you decide to enter. The moment you step in, you can feel the heat of the midday sun hit you in the face. You find yourself in what appears to be a long playing field, and you immediately understand what dream and memory you are visiting now. Sports have always been a big thing on your list, and ever since primary school. Dreams of being the next big football or cricket player always gave you enough adrenaline. The sound of the children screaming fills the air, and yourself as a child, but it is hard to tell, for everyone is too busy caught up in the game. You smile as you notice the group of sticks stacked in awkwardly. The sound of children screaming fills the air, and you can feel their blooming energy from where you are standing. You try looking around for yourself as a child, but it is hard to tell, for everyone is too busy caught up in a game of cricket. You smile as you notice the group of attics stacked in awkwardly to take a wicket, but then nobody bothered to carry around their equipment and instead chose to make their own using almost anything they found lying around. It did not matter if it was a crushed can of soda or an oddly shaped rock. Anything and everything could be used in a game of sport. The thought almost makes you laugh. Batsman out. A boy yells while the rest of the fieldsmen huddle together to congratulate the batter. The batsman, disappointed, slowly walk away, and you will soon recognize the child to be you. You sigh out loud. I was a great wicketkeeper but terrible with the bat. You say to no one in particular, watching yourself walk back to the stands. Cricket was a big thing back then, for Sachin Tendulkar took the world by storm. The memories remind you of the games you played and of watching the match. It was a moment where the entire family sat down on a sofa with pizza, watching the game on the classic box televisions. The screams when the sixes flew and the groans when the batsmen lost you a different time. The memory sticks with you as you walk out the green door, make your way across the hall. Finally, you decide to visit the blue next door, adorned with blue sapphires and diamonds. The moment you step in here, you feel a gentle breeze lift you off the ground and carry you to what appears to be a land of clouds. You carefully sit down on the soft, fluffy cloud and peer below, wondering what could possibly be going down on the ground. Just as expected, you could see yourself as a child and a girl who you recognize as a childhood friend, sitting down in a park. The girl is busy drawing what appears to be plants and a rocket, while the child you is busy folding a paper plane. I want to be a pilot, the kid says, pointing his aeroplane to the sky. I will be an astronaut, the girl replies, busy coloring the rocket. It was always intriguing how Chicken had an intense obsession with the skies. The skies feel infinite, like there are no problems to them, and that leaves you with unending potential. Floating, reminiscing times where the only thing that mattered was to have fun filled you with an odd sense of calm. You spend a few minutes taking some time to breathe and let yourself float along with the wind. Slowly, you drift back to the Crystal Palace, letting the cold wind pass by. You get tired of floating around, which has left you wanting nothing more than to go back and rest. The memories and dreams you visited today leave you feeling warm and fulfilled. Somewhere in all that crazy hustle and bustle of daily life, you forgot the simplicities of life. The Crystal Palace continues to glisten with many doors awaiting to be unopened, and memories and dreams from your past wait to be unlocked. You pick up the device and begin to squint and turn it full cycle just like before, and you slowly find your surroundings dissipate in a cloud of colorful smoke. When you open your eyes, you find yourself back home, and the familiar smell of the city fills you. It is evening now, and you cannot tell how far along you have been gone. You carefully place the device on your table and drag out a beanbag to the balcony. You sit, catch your attention. The winter air is cold, so you wrap yourself in a blanket and watch as people pass. A group of young boys are walking in groups, all geared up for a football game. Somewhere in a corner, you overhear a conversation between an adult and a child. "What do you want to be when you grow up?" he asks the boy. "I want to be an astronaut and discover aliens," the child says. You smile at the child's reply and slowly close your eyes, letting yourself wander back into the kaleidoscope of dreams.